4 hours is a lot of wrestling. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Kevin Zwicker from Fast Count coming at you. Before I get into this video, please remember to hit the like button and subscribe. Hit the like button and subscribe. Hit the like button and subscribe. So ever since Hangman has taken the pin from Hangman Page at Double or Nothing in the Owen Cup Finals, he's been on this crusade to get Swerve Strickland and Hangman Page on the same side for them to be able to take down the Death Riders at All In. Now, from a logical standpoint, it makes sense why Swerve and why Hangman wouldn't want to be on the same side. You had Hangman burn down Swerve's house. You had Swerve break into Hangman's house and sit there and speak to his baby child in the crib. So it makes all the sense in the world why these guys wouldn't want to be on the same page, right? So last week on Collision, you had Will Ospreay make his plea to Swerve. They go blow for blow. And now we're at this point where you have Will Ospreay cutting this promo to begin this 4-hour block of AEW wrestling. Next week, we're also getting a 4-hour block of wrestling, which is a lot of freaking wrestling, right? Even the sickest of the sickos can admit that's a lot, right? So you have Will Ospreay come out. He starts off this 4-hour block, and he goes on to talk about how he regrets putting his hands on Swerve. This is a man who's been his friend for 12 years. They've known each other since Will was 21 years old. And then he goes on to talk about how, guys like Swerve, Kenny Omega, also Tony Storm are the reason why AEW has all this positive momentum at the moment. And Jon Moxley being the AEW champion sucks, is why AEW sucks, right? And that's a personal pet peeve of mine. Anytime that we've had these different storylines, and there's been multiple times in AEW where people like MJF or the Young Bucks, Will Ospreay right here, the Death Riders, when they say the company or the show sucks, for me as a viewer, all that tells me is I should turn this off, because if people who are on the screen or work for the company saying it sucks, then it has to suck, right? But that's just a pet peeve of mine, right? So Will Ospreay goes on to cut this impassionate promo where he talks about he being willing to take a bullet for Swerve, but he's also willing to take a bullet for AEW. He sets a challenge for next week, Swerve versus Ospreay 2, which is very exciting, right? I was fortunate enough to be at Forbidden Door last year to see Will Ospreay versus Swerve 1, and that match was freaking badass. So I'm excited for this, and all this is telling me is if we're going to get a one-on-one match between these guys before All In, then it's 90% likely that we are going to have these two guys team up together, whether it's a tag team match against the Young Bucks, or they're going to be the counterbalance to the members of the Death Riders that are going to be interfering in the match between Hangman and Jon Moxley. We're going to get these guys aligned one way or the other. And if the route they're going to go is a match against the Young Bucks, I think that makes all the sense in the world. I think that the Young Bucks and Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland are very much capable of putting on a very good match. And like I said, there's a good chance they were going to interfere in the main event as well, because I think that what we're going to get is that Lex Luger type of celebration where you're having Hangman on top of somebody's shoulders, where they're getting this big time celebration just due to the fact that we're finally going to be able to see the AEW championship after so long, which would be funny. A funny moment would be if he wins the match, Hangman wins the match, he goes on to open up the briefcase and there's nothing in it. I think that'd be very, kind of just ironic that it's the story that they've been telling, that they've been holding this championship hostage, yet it's not in the briefcase, right? It'd be a very funny moment where it's just like, what the hell, where's the belt? But I think that's the route we're going to get. Will Ospreay has continued to be one of the guys who are really on the forefront of once you think of the good things about AEW. I think that Will coming out here and showing off his promo chops was good, because as we all know, he is one of the best in-ring wrestlers of all time. But when Will Ospreay really has a moment to sink his teeth into something interesting and show off that passion, I think that's when he is at his best. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Do you think that we're going to get them teaming up at All In? Do you think I'm totally wrong? Do you think they're going to just run it back and have Will Ospreay versus Swerve 3? Or do you think that match that we're going to get next week is not really going to be a match, and it's going to be more so an place where they're going to set up an angle? Guys, remember, I am Kevin Zwicker. Remember to like the video and subscribe, like the video and subscribe, like the video and subscribe.